First thing we do is disconnect the battery. After I disconnect the battery, I want to make sure that this metal is not in contact. I'm shoving a rag in there. To make this easier, I'm going to remove this heat shield. These bolts are 7/16. The top one, the socket, will not fit, so I'm using a wrench. And to make things quicker, I'm using a gear wrench. I recommend removing the top bolt before loosening the bottom bolt. There's a hole in the bottom of this cable I need to fix. I cannot overstate this. Do not use air when removing these bolts. These edges here will rub off the rubber on the battery cable. A starter is mounted with 2 bolts, 1 and 2. I suggest removing the rear one first. We need to remove the starter solenoid connector. See how that connects? We just push in. When we remove the starter, this oil dipstick is going to be in the way. So we need to remove this. Pull the oil dipstick out. Looks like somebody's a little low. Shove a rag in there. We want to be careful not to chip the paint. And there we go. So they paint these after it's installed. So don't be surprised about paint chips. See that exposed wire in there? That's from using air tools. And having this rub, I'm going to try this liquid tape to fill in that wear spot. This guide pin was loose, so I took snap ring pliers and I opened it up a little bit. Now the guide pin should be a lot tighter fit. The paint chipped off here, so I just took a black marker and filled all this in. And nobody knows except for you and me. Before installing the starter, put a light coat of oil on the O-ring. Make sure the battery cable is pulled up above the starter before installing it. I put some blue Loctite on these. Torque is 25 to 27 foot-pounds. Next, let's remove this rag and put the oil-filled dipstick back in. Put the battery cable back on. It's a 12 millimeter. This nut is 70 to 90 inch-pounds. What the heck? Can't fit it in there, hold on. These are dog bones. We use these as extensions for torque wrenches. Plug this back into the solenoid. Next we put in this heat shield. Trying to line up this clip so the bolt will go in is proving to be difficult. All we do now is connect the battery and put the seat back on.